Okay, for the 11 steps of archery success, one of the first things you're going to do is have your bows on toes before shooting. Once the whistle blows one time, you will raise the bow with the guide pointing to your hip. You'll have your feet shoulder width apart with your target foot pointing towards the target slightly open. Here's how the bow will look when it's in the correct position prior to knocking your arrow. When you're ready to knock your arrow, make sure you place your thumb down just about middle of the arrow. Anytime you knock the arrow, be sure that the arrow is always pointing down. And remember, the odd color fletch is pointing away from you. Next is going to be your draw hand set. That's your index, middle, and ring finger of your dominant hand placed on the center serving just below the knocked arrow. Then bow hand set. Here you will have your index finger just bracing the arrow slightly. Here's another example of the correct way to place your draw hand set. Notice again the 3 fingers just below the knocked arrow. Okay, from the beginning, stance, knock arrow, fletch pointed away from you. We'll go to draw hand set, bow hand set, pre-draw, take the index finger off, draw. Here you have a really good shot of my index touching the corner of my smile. Now, once I anchor, I'm aiming, shot setup, release, follow through, and notice my follow through here. That is the most important thing you can do. This clip, we're going to do it all together. You have stance, and knock arrow. Again, the odd color fletch pointing away from you. On draw hand set, bow hand set, pre-draw. This is where the index finger comes off the arrow. Draw, anchor, aim, shot setup, release, follow through, and reflect. This is going to be the final piece of this. Retrieving the arrows. Make sure your leg is firmly against the target, your inside hand flat also against the target, and the arrow between your thumb and index finger. There will be times that you're going to have to do something else. Here I have 2 arrows right on top of one another. Almost impossible to squeeze, but you have to brace it the best you can. I can't bring my hand up to my inside hand, so you have to improvise. The key is not grabbing the arrows towards the end unless it's absolutely necessary. Regardless, you will never, ever touch a fletch to remove the arrow. Here they're all bunched together, so I have to make a decision. Well, you have to use common sense here. I can't get my fingers through these arrows, so I'll do the best that I can. I'm going to grab the highest, closest arrow at a point where it's separated from the other arrow. As you can see, they are crisscrossed here. So I'm going to grab it right in the middle, twist and pull, and drop it. Then I'm going to go to the next one. Here, the copper one or the bronze one. Again, can't get my fingers through. I'll do the best that I can. But keep in mind my leg is pressed up against the target, my inside hand flat against the target, and the hand removing the arrows is always touching the inside hand as I twist, pull, and drop. And again, of course, tap, tap, tap. Lower hand covering the tips, upper hand in the middle, and I'm going to go ahead and put the arrows back in the quiver.